Hi, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Perez, and this is What's Up with the Weather. Today I'm talking about weather safety tips. Some information for you to keep in mind when inclement weather is headed your way. But first, I want to make sure that you know the difference between a watch and a severe thunderstorm warning. A severe thunderstorm watch is highlighted usually in pink, and it means that the environment is potent enough to create some severe thunderstorms. Okay, so it means that it can happen. It is issued several hours before the event, so it gives you plenty of time to be prepared for that. And then when it actually develops, when those storms start to really fire up, that's when the severe thunderstorm warnings get issued. Those are issued in the orange color. That's when you have at least 1 inch hail or at least 58-mile-per-hour winds. Also, two very other important watches and warnings for you to know the difference between are tornado watches and warnings. The watch will always be highlighted in yellow, and that means that the appropriate conditions are in place with the storms that we're going to see that given day for potentially to see some tornadoes develop. It means you need to be prepared. It means that you need to stay tuned to what's happening in the weather. You want to have a way to get some weather alerts on your cell phone, and also tune into your local news, okay? And set aside from that, it also means that you should have a game plan in place if there is a tornado that does occur for where you're going to seek shelter. A tornado watch is issued in red, and it's issued when it is spotter confirmed. That means when somebody out in the field identifies that a tornado has developed, or two, it is radar indicated, and this is kind of a radar image of a hook echo, which implies that there is rotation there and likely a tornado right within there. And that what you're seeing there, that little bright pink little area, that's a sign of what we call a debris ball, and that means that a lot of materials from the ground, trees or some siding, has been lifted up way up into the air within that storm. That, of course, also a sign that the storm is strong and there is likely a tornado there. It means that when a tornado warning is issued, you need to take action immediately and you need to go to your safe zone. So as far as safe zones are concerned, you don't want to be in the second, third, or fourth level of a building. Those are not safe at all. You want to be on the first floor, and even better, ideally, a basement or a storm shelter. Okay, so first floor if you don't have a basement, but if you do have a basement, that's where you need to head to seek shelter from the tornado that might be headed your way. And then if you don't have a basement and you're taking shelter on the first floor, you want to go to the interior room. Okay, so look for an interior closet or the interior bathroom. Get as many walls away from you and the outside of that building. So you don't want to seek shelter in a closet on an exterior bedroom where you just have one wall of protection. Okay, go to the interior room, and that also goes to say for even if you're in the basement. Okay, so even if you are in the basement, seek shelter in the center portion of the basement, away from walls, away from windows, away again from the exterior walls of that building. Now, a couple of other things for you to keep in mind for when severe weather rolls around. You want to have an emergency kit. You want to have an emergency bag. So when you know that a tornado might be happening, or you get the warning that there is a tornado warning, you can grab your emergency kit, your emergency go bag, or you can create an emergency kit and keep that in your safe zone. Keep that in the place that you're usually going to seek shelter in. So perhaps in the basement in an area out there. So here are some of the items that you want to keep within your emergency go bag or that emergency kit. You want to have a first aid kit. You want to have water and non-perishable food items that will last you for about 3 days, per person that is seeking shelter there with you. You also want to have a change of clothing. You want to have a whistle or a knife, a whistle just in the event if the tornado comes through and over the building that you're in, you're able to signal for help and people outside could actually hear you. You also want to have a flashlight, batteries, toiletries, as well as any hygiene products, a portable cell phone charger, and you also want to make sure that you have extra prescriptions, okay? Keep that in mind because it might take some time, for you to get new prescriptions to get filled. You also want to have any personal documents. But also, when a tornado warning is issued, make sure that when you are going to your safe zone, grab your sneakers, throw on your sneakers. If you have a bike helmet, put on the bike helmet. That's going to help and protect your head from any kind of flying debris, especially, if it's, moving over the building that you're in or your home. Okay, so, shoes help protect your feet and a bike helmet. Also, grab pillows, grab blankets. If you have an extra mattress lying around in your home that you're not using, leave that in your safe zone. That way, when you go and seek shelter and take cover, you can cover up your head, you can cover up your family with that mattress, the pillows and the blankets, For instance, if your basement has windows, your windows could eventually break and get blown in, and a lot of the glass and debris can go flying around within the basement or even on the first floor that you are seeking shelter in. And so having these items there will help protect you from any flying debris. Set aside from that, something that I usually just, tell people to keep in mind is just situational awareness. And that just means that know what the weather is capable of doing that day. And by knowing that, you put yourself in a better position to stay safe. So, to stay informed, make sure you have, if you don't have a cell phone, have a NOAA weather radio with you. Have a NOAA weather radio with you in your vehicle or out in your boat or wherever you're going if you're doing any outdoor recreation during the summertime, because I know we love to do that during this time of year here in the state of Michigan. You also want to check with your local National Weather Service office. If there are storms coming, they're going to be able to inform you, what the greatest hazards are in the area that will likely see those storms develop. You also want to follow your local TV meteorologists because, we'll talk about the weather every single day. We'll make sure that you are informed and you know the greatest risks. And then if you don't have a weather app, our free TV6 weather app is absolutely reliable. It has great features on it. You can check out the radar, and you can also get those watches and warnings. You can set those watches and warnings to either follow you, or you could set those watches and warnings to only be issued for the county that you live in. So if you were going out of town and you want it to follow you, you would get the watches and warning for, say, if you went out to go Gibbet County. And if you don't want that, you can just set it up for just, the county that you live in, if it's Marquette County or if it's Menominee County or whatever. But those are just some tips for you to keep in mind. Again, just, situational awareness and be responsible, stay informed and stay safe. That does it for What's Up with the Weather and today's weather safety tips.